course like this is incredibly multifaceted. So everything that goes into creating a product, you will kind of cross paths with. Having a really well thought out curriculum that establishes some good foundations in the right order by people who really know what they're talking about was really invaluable. One project that I've had the pleasure of leading the development for this year is actually a hardware collaboration with Roland. My name is Alfie. I studied the Digital Audio Engineering MSc at the University of West London, and I took the course part-time, and I found that extra bit of time let me drill down into some subjects I was particularly interested in and just gave me a little bit of more breathing space that I found worked for me really nicely. My background is in music and music technology, and in fact I graduated from UWL's London College of Music. I took the BA in music technology, and that gave me an interesting perspective coming into this course because what I found was the cohort is incredibly diverse in their kind of academic backgrounds. Some people came in from electronics or programming backgrounds. Other people had good mathematics foundations, and that really helped them in the early stages of kind of DSP and things like that. And I came in with some music skills, which weren't immediately obvious in their kind of application here, but eventually they started to pay off. What drove me to consider the course to begin with was perhaps quite a naive desire or ambition to create, the musical tools that I was working with on a day-to-day basis. So I found there were particular plugins that were really inspiring, even though maybe they were just compressors or just EQs. And I found them really helping shape the way I thought about music and ultimately the kind of music that I made. And I thought, wow, that's really cool. How can I get involved in this? Obviously, you need so many different skills to kind of achieve this, and I would have been totally lost without a course like this. A course like this is incredibly multifaceted. So everything that goes into creating a product, you will kind of cross paths with. Having a really well thought out curriculum that establishes some good foundations in the right order by people who really know what they're talking about was really invaluable. Since graduating, I've been working for a company called Neutone, and we make neural audio synthesis based tools, kind of plugins or Max for Live devices, some hardware more recently as well. One project that I've had the pleasure of leading the development for this year is actually a hardware collaboration with Roland. And obviously being in Japan, we're in close proximity to a lot of music tech giants, really. So people like Korg and Roland and many others. And it's been really, really fun to come in as effectively a small startup, join forces with one of these massive historic companies and try and flesh out an idea to bring our technology to Roland hardware. So it's a really inspiring place to be, and somewhere that I can really apply all these kinds of skills I picked up along my studies. I've been flown out to the NAMM Show this year in California. I got to take one of our prototypes on stage, which is incredibly nerve-wracking. I had to play some guitar through it to a big audience of press, and then afterwards having to go and demonstrate it to the general public. We had thousands of people coming in and talking about it. So that was a really, really fun and inspiring couple of days.